back online?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh, okay, cool. So you have 6 or 7?
I have 7.
All right.
I got another one.
We'll let you go first, so that way, like, it works out.
All right. So this one's definitely going to be a little bit interesting. Probably something not expected, but I'm actually putting my number 7 as the Stardew Valley Farmer. Now, you might be wondering why, but I really think we're going to get an indie rep.
I think so too.
This game, because Nintendo's really focusing hard on third-party and indie titles, and the fact that we didn't get one in Smash 4 was really interesting, and I think it's not something they're going to repeat. And Stardew Valley has consistently been the #1 game on the downloaded the eShop section for almost since its release.
That's true.
There have been a few breaks, but it's really consistently been up there. And I was trying to think of characters from it that might make sense, but I think just the farmer, the main character, itself does the job. I mean, we already have Villager, who fits the role of like a default character that can has customization options. You have the girl and the boy and various costumes. So I think they could do something that
What would
like
their
that
attacks
with
be
the
like?
farmer.
Like, I haven't played Stardew Valley, so like, do they get like the axe and the shovel like Villager does?
They actually have a sword. There is combat mechanics in Stardew Valley.
I had no idea.
So they have a slingshot. They have a sword. You can use the fishing rod for something.
Josh is drunk. Could have cut his mic.
Am I drunk? Oh no. And they can also use attacks using some sort of magic, building things. But they're also the mascot of the game, the Junimos, and I think you could use those for like a tag team attack, maybe Rosalina and Luma style.
Oh, I see.
But Final Smash would definitely be the bus from that game coming and running everyone over. That would be fun. But yeah,
I like the sound of that. Yeah.
so that's my number 7.
All right. My opinion, I would be down for that, but I think it's unlikely.
I think it's unlikely, but I think there's a non-zero chance.
I think if we get an indie rep, the 2 most likely candidates for sure. Yeah, I was actually about to say the exact same thing.
I think I agree on Shovel Knight, but I think, and this is actually broaching into one of my later numbers, so actually I'll cut myself off there.
Are you implying that a particular character might be on both of our lists?
Maybe?
Yeah, so I think like, they wouldn't put more than like 1 or 2 indie characters, and I feel like they would prioritize other characters before Stardew Valley, but maybe not since it's selling so well.
Yeah, it's sold Nintendo Switches, like, and I can't say that about Shovel Knight with the 3DS or the Switch. Despite the pull that Shovel Knight has had developing and the popularity, I don't think... I think Shovel Knight could be their rep, but I also think Stardew Valley has a good shot.
What was I gonna say?
I think the one thing that Shovel Knight has going for it is that it has a definitive main character.
That's true as well. Also, I was about to start talking about Shantae, but we'll wait until later. If they're picking an indie character, I want it to be ukulele for their ones.
God, I hope not.
That'd be very interesting.
It'd be interesting, and I wouldn't be against it, but they're better characters.
My number 6 is Elma from Xenoblade X. Yeah, this is
your number 6, not
remember
7.
I only have 6 because
right.
I had to remove one because it's not gonna happen.
Right.
So yeah, my number 6 is Elma, and this list is gonna get awkward because there's probably gonna be a lot of crossover between the 2 lists. But
I actually didn't put Elma on mine. I would love for her to be in the game.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I just wasn't thinking it'd be likely.
I've only put like 15 hours in Xenoblade X, but
she's a good character, and I do see where you're coming from. I really think they could do something interesting, especially with the scale mechanics from that game.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely something Final Smash worthy.
And I think if they want a Xenoblade X rep, then having her instead of like the main character, whoever that is.
Yeah,
I
because
think that
again,
would
the
be
main
much better.
character is customizable. And I actually do think thinking about it, there's probably a decent chance.
I think she's like 1,000% confirmed, which is part of the reason why I put her on here, so that when she gets announced next week, I can say I was right.
Well, and my line of thought is that we haven't seen an announcement that Xenoblade X is getting a port to Switch, which is entirely crazy because the developer, Monolith Soft, is one of the few developers that has openly stated they want to port their game to the Switch.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, no, the head was actually talking about, the lead writer was saying he really wants it on Switch. This came from an interview when he was talking about Xenoblade 2 as well. But yeah, so I think we definitely might have a chance of like X getting a port announced at E3 and getting a character announcement for Elma.
I would be down. It's just
Yeah.
that, you know, people are gonna get mad because they're gonna announce Elma before Rex. And they're gonna
Oh
think,
yeah,
and they're
but
gonna think
I
the
mean
world is
Rex
ending.
is all but confirmed. Let's be completely honest. It's either gonna be Rex or why am I blanking on her name?
Tora.
Blade. Tora, yes.
Pyra.
It's either gonna be Rex or Pyra, or I mean I think it's gonna be both at the same time, but you never know with Nintendo.
You never know. Yeah, so you basically stated all my reasons. I think it'd be cool to have like a character that uses guns as well as swords. Who's in the call? And
It's me, Josh Rhed.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be cool to do like a little discussion about Smash Bros. While we're killing things mindlessly in Fire Emblem Heroes.
I don't think it would be Zeke actually, Onilink. Onilink says it's gonna be Zeke if they're picking another Xenoblade character.
He might be memeing. I'm not sure.
It's entirely possible, but Zeke I don't think has the popularity that he does in the East. I think Morag and Nia are more commonly liked over here.
I would be 1,000% down for Morag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think Morag really fits the Smash aesthetic
What was I gonna say?
and would have interesting gameplay.
The last note I want to make about Elma before we finally move on is that apparently at some point Sakurai said that Sakurai said that he was working on a character that used a gun. I think it was probably the Inkling, but I guess it could have also been Elma, which would make sense because one of the first newcomers they'd work on would be like the Inklings, the Arms character, and Elma.
Yeah,
That combination.
makes sense. So, my next one, my number 6, is actually kind of conceptual, because I don't know which.
It's the final boss from Earthbound. Get it?
I don't know.
Get it?
Okay,
Could
so I
you say
think.
conceptual?
Stop.
You need to
I
acknowledge
think-
the joke I made.
I'm acknowledging it.
Thank you.
I think my number 6 is a protagonist from the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Okay.
I don't know, and when I say conceptual, it's because I don't know which one they would go with. I would be happy with any, but I seriously see, with the direction that the Shin Megami Tensei series is taking, with trying to put everything on Nintendo consoles, I really see a lot of collaboration between Nintendo and Atlus in the future, and what with Shin Megami Tensei 4 having been like exclusive on a Nintendo console, and the new Shin Megami Tensei coming up, I really could see it happening. I could see Flynn happening. I agree. I think it would also be cool. Hold on, let me look up their name because I don't remember.
I don't know anything about SMT, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
Fair enough.
Is it connected to Persona at all, or am I high?
Persona's an off split.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But I could also see the protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. While it's not on any Nintendo console, that's probably the definitive Shin Megami Tensei protagonist. But yeah, I actually would argue against Persona because there have been, I think there's only been one Persona game on a Nintendo console. The Persona series has stuck it out on Sony because of a lot of licensing agreements, but I think in the future we're going to see Persona move to also being on Nintendo consoles, but for the moment Persona is very much a Sony-based series. That's why you still get a lot of Vita Persona games, even now.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know anything about SMT, so I'm staying quiet.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that was my number 6.
I would be down. Quote. Alright. Am I doing my number 5 now?
Yeah, go for your number 5.
Alright, so we said they had to have a non-zero chance of getting into the game.
Non-zero chance, yep.
I think this is the one that's closest to 0.
Okay.
There's definitely like a couple zeros after the decimal. Lana from Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, I mean, I was actually thinking about this earlier. I could see it happening as well.
Not a particularly interesting character.
No.
She
I
has,
don't know
like,
how she was received in Japan, actually.
She has
like,
2 character traits.
Because I know no one...
I should just say 1.
No one likes her in the North American region, but I don't know how she was received in Japan, so it's entirely possible.
But yeah, I think having a representative from like the new Warriors, like subgenre, like sub-series of Nintendo games, I think that
Right, I think it'd be a smart decision.
Yeah. Because like Fire Emblem, I guess this game does have an OC in Leanna and Rowan, so they could do that as well.
Yeah, but again, no one really. I mean, with Lana, at least she's like important.
Yeah.
I don't think people remember Rowan, and
people hate Rowan straight up.
I don't even know the other one's name.
Liana.
Like Liana. Like, I mean, they're not bad characters. I personally don't think, but they're not memorable either. They're not definitive. Lana was very defining for Hyrule Warriors.
If you say so.
She was a big part of the story.
So yeah, my idea was that she could use her book mostly, but then she'd also have the Deku Stick and the summoning gate.
Yeah, I think she has a diverse range of moves to pull from.
Also, she's the only character that can activate the Master glitch, so she's the character I had the most time on. Those are my reasons. Liana is Rowan with emotion. I can see that.
Alright, so my number 5?
Yep, I don't think we have any more comments on that. Onilink says he likes Lana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate her, but...
Maybe I'll play the story mode of Fire Warriors again, for giggles.
Yeah.
One day.
Why not?
If they announce Lana, I'll go and do that for the stream.
So my number 5 is... I'm very hesitant to list this one.
Is it Puzzle and Mining?
No.
Is it Chimeco?
Actually, I might just skip this one because it's not one I even really want, but it's one I can see happening.
Well, then why'd you put it after the other 2?
Well, because it was originally structured based around like which I saw happening, like the most. I'll go ahead and like say what it was, but I'm not going to talk about it in depth. I think Noctis Calum, protagonist of Final Fantasy 15, because we're probably going to see an announcement of that port finally at E3.
Interesting.
Because they've been talking and dancing around it for a long time. But I don't really want him in the game. I don't dislike him or hate him, but I don't think he would bring anything new.
Isn't FF15 like an enormous game? Like just
yeah, it's a pretty
wise?
big game. That's why it's been taking a long time for the port, because they're figuring out how they want to tackle it. But anyways, let's talk about something more realistic.
Sita.
Or not more realistic, but something I want. Dylan. This is the character I was mentioning earlier.
Okay.
From the Dylan's Rolling Western series on the Nintendo 3DS. And the only reason I can see this happening is because Shovel Knight had a big hit, and Stardew Valley is consistently #1. But the Dylan franchise has been consistently developing and supporting the Nintendo platforms for over a decade now. Actually, I think it's just over a decade now. And I think that consistency and that dedication means something to Nintendo. The Dylan series has stuck with them through hard times, and I think that he would be an interesting character to actually play as. Like, he's been a trophy in the 3DS version, and he has a very interesting playstyle even in the normal game itself, like his own game. So I think he would definitely be a fun character to play as in Smash.
I have not played any of the Dylan games. I heard the newest one is pretty good.
I haven't gotten to the newest one yet.
Those games remind me of the Mario Minis games, where like they're like WiiWare games or like 3DS iWare.
No, the Dylan games, the first one is kind of WiiWare-ish, but like after that they get pretty expansive.
Interesting. Already broke her armor, great. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I would be down for that. I don't have anything against Dylan.
Yeah?
There are no armadillos in Smash. It's about time we amend that.
Exactly. We have a hedgehog. We need an armadillo now.
Is that all you've got for Dylan?
Yep.
Neptune from Neptunia for Smash.
No.
Rocket League car? I don't know. I can see the Rocket League car.
I can see that as an assist trophy.
Rocket League as an assist. No, fucking Fortnite as an assist trophy.
Oh my god.
My
Thanos
number...
from Fortnite.
Alright, I got my number 4 is Paper Mario. And he would be higher, but I think they would pull more from the newer games, which is upsetting.
Yeah.
But I kind of trust Sakurai to like make a good moveset that like encompasses all of the games.
Yeah, Sakurai does a good job of like not relying entirely on the newer games.
Yeah, so it's kind of
like
weird
Mario
that
still uses Flood.
It's weird that Paper Mario isn't already in the games. It's weird because like they barely acknowledge the existence of the Mario RPGs in Smash. Like I don't even think there are like any Mario and Luigi trophies.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe like Fawful.
No, I don't think there's a Fawful trophy.
It's so weird. Yeah, so that would be a good way to recognize the existence of
Has
those
Sakurai
games.
played them?
That's a good point.
Has
Yeah, Sakurai is totally biased, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
1000%.
We can talk about this list all we want, but if you don't think that we're getting every Kirby DLC character in Smash,
We will talk about that, actually.
you're wrong.
I can't wait for Derek. Derek DeRoach.
I really hope that the Kid Icarus characters stay, but that's
Say,
just me.
Paper Mario. For his recovery, he could use Paracarry. I think that'd be the most natural one. He could also even use like the pixies from Super Paper Mario. That could be like his grab. He could have like a tether grab.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I almost think the pixels would be like a more natural thing for his moveset because like pulling a new character out of nowhere is something.
I mean, he has his hammer and shells.
He would have hammers. That'd probably be like the majority of his moveset. It's just swinging his hammer around. It'd be weird to incorporate his jump attack into his moveset.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty hard.
His up special, or maybe not his up special. His up smash could be like his spring jump, where it just has ridiculous. It just has like a completely vertical hitbox that goes to the top of the stage. I would be down for that. Do I have anything else to say about Paper Mario? I mean, literally, Paper Mario 2 is my favorite game, so I hope they pull mostly from the first two games.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of weird he isn't already in the game, so they might do it this time. Right,
we can hope.
That's my number 5.
Alright, my number 4. Isaac from Golden Sun. It's not gonna happen, but I want it to.
It's finally time.
I really want it to happen. I mean, what with all the magic in that game, I really think there's a good set of moves that they could use for him. Be an interesting probably most similar to Robin, for being honest, but different enough to stand on his own. I don't think it'll happen because Nintendo has largely been ignoring Golden Sun since Dark Dawn.
To be fair, they were ignoring Punch-Out too, but then we got Little Mac.
That's true.
And Little Mac was promoted from Assist Trophy to playable character.
Yeah. So it's entirely possible. But they were also doing that because they were going to do the release Punch-Out on the Wii U eShop. That's because it was coming around the same time as the announcement that they were releasing full, like, Wii games on the Wii U eShop. So, unless they've got a Golden Sun re-release coming up, or a new game, we can hope, but I don't see it on the horizon. But I would really like Isaac in Smash, because I really like Golden Sun, and I think it'd be interesting. They'd probably use Matthew, but actually, I think they might use Isaac. I think they might use young Isaac just because it's a very iconic character. Yeah. Because that's what most people think of when they think of Golden Sun, and I think enough time has passed that they're not gonna take Dark Dawn's protagonist just because it's the most recent game. So, oh well. What's your number 3? Oh yeah. Good final smash. Yeah, number 3. My God. Sean is resetting his. Makes me really sad. But alas.
Did I win? Maybe I just got lucky.
You were talking about marks. Oh, his mic's gone. Wait, rip me? Why rip me? What did I die? Okay. I got cut the F out, apparently. Oh. Sean is going to reset.
We're back.
We're back?
I think so.
Are
yeah.
we back, chat? Chat, are we back?
Looking at the audio levels, I'm pretty sure we're back.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know where I got cut off.
Marks.
I wanted more than Waddle Dee. I think Waddle Dee would be kind of lame because he only has the lance. Like
yeah.
Like you can make a moveset for Waddle Dee with the lance just fine. Like I mean DDD has one and he only uses a hammer, but
yeah.
I want Marks because he can blow shit up. He has like a million different attacks. He was just emphasized a little bit in the new Kirby game. And I think
feel like Sakurai has a soft spot for Waddle Dee though.
Then why wasn't he in Smash 4?
Because the roster was already pretty big.
That's true. What was I gonna say? I
yeah,
lost my train of thought. Yeah, I was talking about Marks. Sorry, I probably got cut when I said Marks. I literally forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, so he was in Star Allies pretty prominently, kind of. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Smash needs more villains.
It does.
There aren't that many, and they cut like one of the only ones we had in Wolf.
It's true. Wolf wasn't that great though.
Yeah.
I liked Wolf, but pretty bland villain.
I think Marks' moveset would look ridiculous, and I would love it. It'd be an excuse to put Marks' theme in the Smash Brothers.
Fair.
Yeah, I just think Marks would be way better than Waddle Dee. That's why Waddle Dee isn't on my list, and Marks is.
Fair. Fair enough.
Do I have anything else to say? He'd probably get a bunch of jumps, just like Kirby and Meta Knight and DDD. Because he has wings.
Fair enough.
That's all I got.
Is everyone ready? Let's begin.
Okay, so my number 3 is the Pokemon trainer.
Oh shit.
I think we actually have a good chance of him coming back. Probably not in the same way. I'm actually thinking Pokemon trainer in the Let's Go style. Given that that's coming up and people wanted Pokemon trainer back, they can get him
Does
as the chibi version.
Does he have one moveset or what?
He'll probably have Eevee as his partner, just because we already have Pikachu as like a standalone thing. So I can see them using Pokemon Trainer and Eevee again, probably like a Rosalina and Luma situation, because I think they realize that having the Pokemon Trainer just stand in the background is pretty lame. Also, they can use Rhed Pokemon to have a moveset.
Her grapple is she rides Onyx and Onyx just uses Bind on you. I would be down.
But yeah, I think with the Rhed Pokemon and the Pokemon Go mechanics, I think they actually have like something to pull attacks from versus the normal Pokemon trainer or the old Pokemon trainer.
So they would only have one moveset.
Probably.
Because that's the big thing with Pokemon Trainer and like Sheik and Zelda was that like they wanted to split up the characters who had different movesets.
Yeah. I think they'd only have one moveset.
Pokemon Trainer punches Pikachu in the face.
That's so cruel.
It's about time.
But yeah, I can see it happening. What's your number 2?
Well, hold on, we got so like literally that would mean that there's a Pokemon Go character in Smash Bros. And I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Well, it's not a Pokemon Go character.
It's a
It's
Pokemon-
Pokemon Let's Go.
It's in the Pokemon Go mythos.
That's fair.
Why is Over invincible?
Okay, look, it's better than like a Tomodachi life.
Fair enough.
Like what was the mobile game with the Miis?
Oh, me. I forget.
I gotta look this up.
That was like really hot for like a minute, and then everybody
It was.
impressed.
Miitomo.
There you go.
Miitomo.
Get a
It's
Miitomo
better
rep
than a
in there.
Miitomo rep.
I think they're gonna cut the Mii, by the way.
Really?
Probably.
Oh, as a fighting character? Yeah, I agree.
So you were talking about Pokemon Trainer. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm on my number 3 already. Rex and Pyra.
Yep.
Xenoblade 2 is great. Rex is actually a pretty decent protagonist.
Yeah, I like them both. I think it would work well. And I think they have a good setup for Final Smash
Yeah.
pretty easily.
I think
Like,
yeah.
they've got a lot to draw from with Rex. He makes sense because Xenoblade 2 was a pretty big game for the Switch. I just hope it doesn't come at the exclusion of Shulk, because I really like Shulk.
I think Shulk will come back.
Yeah,
I think the characters that have like wholly unique movesets are pretty safe
right.
overall.
But what about Pichu?
Poor Pichu. I actually want Pichu back really badly.
Really?
With like the exact same mechanics too. Well, like don't buff him at all. Smash Bros needs a sandbag character for Mewtwo King to play as when his opponent's really bad.
Only if we get a story mode and I get to you're forced to play as Pichu.
That'd be excellent. Oh yeah, or Rex and Redacted. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, knowing Sakurai, they'd probably do Rex and Super Redacted.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking the final Smash would be.
Yeah. Oh, that would be insane. Yeah. I think he'd have a tether grab with his hookshot thing.
Mm-hmm.
He.
I think his neutral B would be switching between Pyra and Redacted, and then his regular attacks would change.
I think he'd probably just be Rex for the most part, and then like for his specials and his final smash, he'd pull out Pyra from nowhere.
Hmm.
It'd be like when Peach pulls out Toad from nowhere. That's the only thing I can compare it to.
Well, yeah, but I could see Redacted's attacks having more knockback or something.
Maybe it's like Shulk, where like one mode has like does higher damage but less knockback, and the other mode is the opposite.
We're paying attention to the chat.
More or less.
Someday the fighting will be over. I know it.
Vaguely.
Do I have anything else to say about Rex and Pyra? Probably not. They're just cool characters, so. Also, they're very likely to get in. I think, like, next to Elma, they're, like, the second most likely to get in on my list.
I think they're number 1, honestly. I think Elma's second.
I think Elma's first.
Okay. So I think my number 2 is going to be Travis Touchdown.
No More Heroes?
Yeah, No More Heroes. Good game series if you haven't played it. Weird, but good. And with the new No More Heroes game coming out, I think we're pretty much guaranteed Travis Touchdown.
Oh, you think it's likely?
Hmm?
You think it's likely?
Oh, I think it's super likely. I think it's like all but guaranteed.
That's surprising.
I'm not counting on it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty sure he's going to be in there. He might even just be an assist trophy, but he's going to be in the new Smash in some regard.
Interesting.
Just because No More Heroes was, like Bayonetta, one of the only mature franchises on Nintendo consoles for a brief period. Like, in the Wii era, No More Heroes was the only M-rated series that sold well. And to have it back on Switch is it's a pretty big deal. Albeit it's not in the same incarnation, it's a different style of gameplay, but it's still the No More Heroes series, and I think at the very least we'll get an assist trophy out of Travis Touchdown.
I would be down. I think No More Heroes is one of those, like, cult following games.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
So they make
Xenoblade was too, though.
That's true. Oh my god, why does it take like one hit to break my armor in this game? Yeah, I don't have anything to say about No More Heroes. I haven't played it.
Fair enough.
I might play it if What's-His-Face gets in the Smash Brothers.
Travis Touchdown.
It makes me wonder, like, who they're gonna reveal at E3 to get everybody excited, because like before it was Mega Man and Villager, like, together. So like,
Well,
I wonder,
I
like,
think my number 1 might be a good one, but
my number 2, like I said, non-zero chance, right?
yeah.
Poppy from Xenoblade 2. This is the
I mean,
last-
I could see it.
This is the last Xenoblade character on my list, by the way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think she's probably really popular in Japan. I haven't, like, checked the stats on that, but I think it's likely.
Yeah, I think,
Sakurai,
yeah, it's very likely that Poppy's popular in Japan.
Sakurai really likes Xenoblade 2, so he might, Sakurai bias.
Yeah, very true. And I think Poppy's a good character to use because she has a lot of very unique attacks in Xenoblade 2. She's the only blade that actually physically attacks as well.
Is that true? Oh, I guess it kind of is.
Aside from Super Redacted, who uses their own weapon.
You know what the community calls Super Redacted, right?
No.
I think it's like tea with milk.
Oh my god.
Because they called the old Redacted 7, so they needed a new name.
Ah, true.
Yeah, so Poppy, yeah. So Poppy was a really enjoyable character in the story.
Yeah, I really liked Poppy, and I did not think I was going to.
Yeah, because like at first she's like almost like a non-character, right?
Well, I was just worried based off of like the introduction maid outfit really early on, but she developed into her own character, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Xenoblade 2 surprised me with the directions their characters took. I was really happy with it. We've got some discourse in chat.
That's okay. I mean, we don't have any rules.
Having it out. That's true. This is a free-for-all.
Have you seen our new rules button below the stream?
I have not.
You should check it out.
Do what you want. We don't have any.
Everybody, please read the rules right now.
Chat rules. We don't have any. Do what you want.
We have, what do you call it? An agrarian society? No, that's not it. I'm pretty sure that has to do with agriculture, so probably not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure agrarian means we farm.
We have an anarchical form of society.
Oh my gosh, Sean.
I had more to say about Poppy, but I got distracted by memes.
Poppy.
Something. Yeah. Like, story-wise, she's probably the character I enjoy the most in Xenoblade 2, so it'd be cool if she was in there.
I think I prefer Nia, but I don't think Nia would work well in Smash.
One thing that will be interesting is if they choose to use, like which form they're going to use.
Oh,
I think they're most likely to use her base form, and then maybe
I think so too.
for Final Smash, she'll use her final form.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. You get her second form early enough in the story to where like maybe they could
Yeah,
use
but
that
her
form.
second form doesn't show up in the story.
Sometimes it does. It's weird.
Well, it does in the entrance cutscene, but in all the like important like story-focused pre-rendered cutscenes, it's always the base form.
So yeah, but so for a while after Chapter 4, they continue to use that form, and then like sometime afterwards they just go back to using the base form. Like they actually alternate. It's weird.
It is strange.
And then for some of the heart-to-hearts, they use her final form.
Yeah.
I think that's all I'd say about Poppy.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, I think the reason why it alternates and becomes her base form later on is because a lot of the cutscenes. So the way the cutscenes in Xenoblade work, this is the same way they worked in Xenoblade X, is that some of the cutscenes are pre-rendered, predefined, based on like, I mean, like the very heavy story cutscenes. Everything is planned out. Every character's face is like very carefully animated. But there are some cutscenes where the facial animations don't matter as much, so they rely on preset like happy emote animation or exasperated sigh like emote. They have a set few animations that they can draw from, and in those cutscenes they do that, and it still looks great, and they angle it well. But those cutscenes are very much like programmed based on like actions and functions rather than like being painstakingly animated and like filmed.
Yeah.
It's those cutscenes are coded rather than like constructed. And I think the reason why they use Poppy's base form later on, more so than they do early on, is because a lot of the cutscenes early on are cutscenes that can be coded. Like they're not cutscenes that need to have like, they have emotion, but they don't need the depth and like the severity that the late game needs.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like.
Anyways,
I'm
that was
distracted
a tangent.
because I'm distracted because I'm actually losing right now, kind of. My Sita was about to die.
Oh,
Speaking of which, Sita would be cool in Smash Brothers. She's not on my list, but she'd be cool. I don't know how they make it work.
yeah.
First ever mounted character in Smash Brothers. I think we're on your number 2.
I already did my number 2,
Wait,
so I
what?
guess we're on my number 1.
Wait, what? Who's your number 2? Wait, did you cut one from your list?
I cut Noctis Kalem, but I had 8. I actually saw, but I started off, so my
Yeah, but remember, like, you had 7 and I had 6. Therefore, you should be stopping and ending. Or you should be starting
right.
starting and stopping. Yeah.
You're right. I should be. Why did that happen?
Read through your list, like up to where it is now.
Stardew Valley Farmer, Shin Megami Tensei protagonist, Noctis Kalem, who I decided not to, Dylan, Travis Touchdown, Isaac, Pokemon Trainer.
That's 6.
No, that's 7.
I counted 6. Oh well, you included Noctis.
Yeah. Well, that's 6, and then my 7th one is still coming. Is
So
the one I'd be doing
okay.
now.
All right, I guess you'll do your number 1, and then I'll do my number 1 afterwards.
Okay.
I think we
It is
literally.
your stream.
I think we literally chose the same character as our number 1.
I don't think we did.
Wait, then who's yours?
You do your number 1 first, actually.
Shantae.
Yep.
Half
We did
genie
not
hero.
choose the same one.
Well, then why'd you say we're gonna talk about her later?
I didn't.
Oh.
I said, I said Shovel Knight and, well, I'll talk about my other one later. I wasn't referring to the second part of that message. I was referring to Dylan,
What?
who I didn't want to
Ever.
give away the name of until I got to him.
Oh yeah, so Shantae. She's a really fun character. I like all of her dialogue, in Pirate's Curse especially.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd work well in Smash Brothers. There's a lot they could do with her moveset, with her hair, and her transformations.
Yeah, I think so too.
They could use the pirate items too, as much as they want, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot to draw from, so like it's kind of like the perfect. It's basically perfect. Like she's a good character, like dialogue-wise. She's likable. It's more fan service, which Sakurai likes apparently.
True.
There's a lot they can draw from, and once again, it's another indie character, which like I think they're gonna include at least one, maybe two,
I agree. I think there's definitely going to be one.
because it's such a pragmatic thing to do to put indie characters in Smash Brothers.
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. How would that even work? I mean, I'm down.
But then they'd have to get rid of normal Pikachu. Not worth it.
Yes?
Well, that's not true. We have Dr. Mario and Mario. You definitely can't just take a character and give them a profession.
That's right.
Oh, God. So my number one
Yes.
Isn't Shantae apparently?
is not Shantae. But it's one that I think would rile a crowd up.
Hold on, I wanna. Is it Minecraft Steve? I've seen some people who like legit want Minecraft Steve in the game.
No, it's not Minecraft Steve. And I don't think it would be Minecraft Steve, because Minecraft doesn't sell well on Nintendo consoles.
What would they even call him?
Steve?
But like that's not even his official name.
Is
That's
it
like,
not?
That's like a fan name. In fact, that character is supposed to be unisex.
I'm
But
pretty
then-
sure they sell like figurines with the name Steve.
Really?
So
I mean,
Yeah.
they sell figurines of Captain Sparkles too. So I mean, like,
I mean that's true.
Captain Sparkles Captain Sparkles isn't canon.
Is Captain Sparkles going to be in Smash?
That will rile a crowd up.
That would rile a crowd up.
That would be
That's my number
awesome.
one. No, my my number one is one I've been wanting for a very long time, and I really wanted for Smash 4. I really want Taboo to be a playable character
Oh,
in
shit.
Smash. I think that would be really cool. I think it'd be a good way to introduce a story mode for Smash 5. But also, Taboo would just be very fun to play as.
But like he was literally the final boss of another game, so like wouldn't playing as him kind of like kill like the mystique of him or something?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it'd be like Mewtwo. Like,
Yeah, sure.
because Mewtwo is still like super intimidating and everyone wants him, but no one plays as him.
He's pretty good.
He's
He wa-
okay.
I mean, he was pretty good. I don't know if they like broke him.
He's not great in Smash 4. Taboo, the final boss of Smash Brawl.
See, the problem with that is there's now a Brawl character in Smash Brothers, which is also problematic.
Why is that problematic?
People really don't like Brawl.
I mean, people don't like Brawl, but I think the consensus is that Subspace Emissary is good.
I'm not even sure about that.
Really?
I don't even like Subspace Emissary anymore.
What?
Because it's so slow and lame, and you have to play Brawl the entire time.
Man, I just replayed through Subspace Emissary and I had a blast.
If you say so.
I mean, I was playing with friends as well, but you know, it was a good time. We had fun. Taboo was a very fun fight.
I actually like his like shockwave attack that like clears the whole screen.
Oh yeah,
It was
it's infuriating. It's so frustrating to learn how to do it, but it's so rewarding when you get it down.
Yeah. I also
I
heavily
don't-
doubt it, but I guess it has a non-zero chance.
It has a non-zero chance. I don't like people when the write-in was happening for Smash 4 DLC. Taboo was one of the higher voted characters.
Wait, do
He
we?
was not.
I don't think we ever got like the list.
He wasn't number 5, but he. I mean, if you looked around like on the fan sites, like all the polls, he was usually in the top 10, not top
Interesting.
5, but top 10.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I do my research.
Nothing less of
People like Taboo.
The character I removed at the beginning was Azura.
reinforcements.
I think it'd be awesome if she replaced Corrin, just because fuck that guy.
I like Corrin.
As like a playable character or as a character period?
Yeah, as a playable character. I don't like Corrin in Conquest, but I like Corrin